Hello and welcome to What Culture Wrestling. Myself, Andrew Pollard. As you can see, I have a very, very special guest today, a TNA backstage correspondent and now TNA wrestler, Glam Gia Miller. Gia, how are you?
I'm great. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm good. I'm good. It's fun to grab some time, talk the good times of TNA, and also I should probably throw in as well for fans in the UK. Of course, you can keep up to date with TNA and all that G is up to on the TNA Plus streaming service, available for the very nice price of £9.99 per month or £99.99 annually. You've got events coming up like Turning Point on the 14th November, TNA Final Resolution on the 5th of December. And we're not far removed from Bound for Glory, where you, not to be confused with Rusty Iron, but you made your official TNA debut against Tessa Blanchard. How was that for you?
Wow. Whoa, deep cut throwback with Rusty Iron. Thank you. Thank you for the mention. She heard that from wherever in the world she is. Yeah, it was a really amazing experience to make my TNA wrestling debut and on a stage like Bound for Glory. I mean, a record-setting event. The energy that night was just absolutely electric. Unfortunately, it had to be against Tessa Blanchard, who y'all know my feelings on her, but that's not what it's about. It was about the incredible moment that was Bound for Glory. Yeah, it's still hitting me, you know?
Yeah. What do you reckon that Rusty Iron would be up to actually these days? Just to go on that, I hate to imagine.
You know, she's still hard at work. She's still hard at work. But you know what? She's never far from our hearts. She's never far from our hearts. She's probably working the conventions, maybe agenting a couple matches at some mud shows. But she's still hard at work. I know Rusty. She never quits.
No, no, exactly. Now the Tessa match. I mean, how cool is it for you now to say that you are a TNA wrestler, as in yourself, Gia Miller? It's that must be pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's really, really cool to now have that notch in my belt. I pride myself on being someone that no matter what obstacle or job or task you throw at me, I will be able to handle it, even if it's my very first time. I will always give everything my best. So I've officially done, I think, every single job in wrestling at some point or another. The thing I've done the least is refereeing matches, but now it's like it's crazy that I can just. My mom has always called me the Jill of all trades, so I really feel that getting to show what I'm capable of.
Yeah, exactly. Keeping yourself valuable, improving all over the place, making yourself an
Absolutely.
option for anything that needs doing. A company gal. Now, obviously, the match with Tessa didn't quite go your way, but there was a little bit of assistance from a roll of quarters. Fair to say, there's some revenge on your mind. This is not the last we've seen of Gia Miller between the ropes.
No, 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 no. Things are far from over between me and Tessa because, I mean, I went into that match making it very clear that, like, the winning and losing was not what I really cared about. I didn't care about a record. I didn't care about advancing in anything. All I cared about was giving Tessa what she had coming to her. And I had a couple opportunities to get my shots in, but unfortunately, the match ended just a little bit too early, and I really think that she had to pull out some of her daddy's old tricks because I think she was concerned that if it went on any longer, that I really might get the better of her, and I would do exactly what I said that I was going to do, and that was embarrass her.
Yeah, and you kind of touched on it earlier. I mean, there's clearly a lot of pressure with the other roles that you do for TNA. I mean, just the backstage interview role where it's you've got to remember so many things. There's that also the ability to think on the fly, to be adaptable, to show personality and bring some energy. But what's that feeling like when you come out in front of a record crowd, the biggest TNA crowd in North American history, 7,794, nearly 8,000 people, your family in attendance, going up
Yeah.
against one of the best wrestlers in the world for your official TNA debut? How is that feeling?
I mean, the pressure was on, but I would say the first couple of days leading up to it, I was very anxious, but when the actual day came and I entered that building and I spent all day kind of getting ready, getting in the mindset of it, when my music finally hit and I walked onto that stage, I felt completely ready. I felt like even though the room was completely full, I didn't feel the pressure of them. I didn't feel like they were looking at me in judgment. I felt like they were with me and that they were behind me and they were on my side, and I felt their energy, and it was just unlike anything I'd ever experienced.
Yeah, it was definitely game face. I mean, Tom Hannafin and Matt Raybould on commentary discussed how, Bound for Glory, that was showing a different side to yourself, a more serious, determined ass kick inside from the moment you came out to the moment you get between the ropes to that headbutt you landed towards the end of the match as well. I mean, we've seen a little bit of that for people who've been keeping up with Pro Wrestling Revolver with the Macabre, but how fun was it to be able to show like that side of you to the TNA audience?
Yeah, it was really fun. It was really, really awesome. Because this character that I have created, this macabre Gia Miller, this different side of me, is honestly when I feel more true to myself. And I know that may come like as a shock to a lot of people because they know the bright and bubbly and Gia, but there is a whole nother side of me, and I think that's everyone. We all have different masks that we wear for different occasions and different roles that we have to play. And this was a piece of me that has always existed. For the longest time, I didn't know how to channel it and I didn't know how to package it. But within the last year at Revolver, I've had the opportunity to release that inner demon in a positive way, to create a story and positive change for myself that I felt I needed at that time. So it was really great to be able to bring her into the TNA wrestling world because it was the same thing. It was a change that needed to happen. It was an energy that I needed to channel if I was going to overcome the obstacle that was Tessa Blanchard.
Yeah, so basically saying that the bubbly, energetic girl we see on screen, she's kind of got a bit of an Undertaker in her, a bit of an abyss, that's sacrificing people, doing all sorts of horrible things.
There's an abyss in there. I am abyss. Those that know, they know.
I mean, young Janice is somewhere around, waiting to be called out. Hey, maybe that's the equalizer against Tessa. Just saying.
Yeah, if she wants to introduce weapons, then by all means.
Yeah. Now, obviously, Tessa is still on your radar, and Victoria Crawford. But away from that, I mean, the Knockouts division, anybody else that really jumps to mind? Because it's stacked. Obviously, Rosemary is a big favorite of mine. Marisade, yes. You've got Jodie Threat, who you're pals with, the Elegance Girls, the Alicia Edwards, Indy Hartwell, the Angel Warriors, yes. Inspiration, Tasha, Killer Kelly, the UK's own Harley Hudson, who we interviewed a few months ago, who's lovely. And even yes. Kalani Jordan now is the new Knockouts champion. But I know it's tough to narrow it down, but is there maybe one that immediately comes to mind? But one or two where it's like, yeah, at some point they can get it.
I wouldn't say it comes from a place of beef or anything like that, but bringing it back around to Bound for Glory, I want to go against. I'm calling her a hardcore legend, Alicia Edwards. I mean, that spot where she went through, oh my gosh, in the tax, and she was just wallowing around in them. I mean, so much street cred, so much, like, so many props to her. She is absolutely hardcore, and I think she and I could absolutely tear it up.
I will be here for that. Yeah, that watching that Bound for Glory, it's like this feels wrong. I don't want to be watching this, but it's like this is also kind of cool. Like, what is going to happen next? And then Ali goes for the 450, I think it was.
Oh no!
And it's just like, all the landings just look horrible. But particularly yes. what Alicia was getting. Now I mentioned Kalani Jordan there, the current, the new, I say new, the current TNA Knockouts champion. Obviously the WWE talent, an NXT talent. How have you found that relationship so far between the two companies? Because obviously everybody makes a big deal of it, and it seems to be going well.
Oh, absolutely. It's gone really well. I think that the partnership between NXT and TNA has been very beneficial for everybody involved, and especially within the Knockouts division and their women's division. I mean, two of the best women's divisions in all of wrestling. So you can only imagine all of the great matches that we've seen so far and that we can look forward to in the future. So I really can't wait to see what all happens coming up. But so far, it's been really great. Everybody's been getting along really well. I think everybody meshes together really well, even though we have a little bit of territorialness about us. That's natural. That's natural. But it's a healthy, competitive spirit, and so I really like that.
Yeah, I mean, some people have kind of decided to criticize the relationship that maybe it's a little too one-sided, but then you look at it,
Sure.
TNA setting an attendance record with Slammiversary earlier this year, then breaking it with Bound for Glory. You've got certain certain TNA stars, sorry, getting introduced to a new audience. You've seen the on the cusp of announcing a big new TV deal. I know Carlos Silva said that that's on the way for early 2026, and it's just a general buzz around the company. I mean, not to say it's all down to WWE, but it's fair to say that relationship is working nicely for both parties, yeah?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I said it maybe a year ago now that these partnerships and these crossovers, they don't happen unless both parties can benefit. Otherwise, there wouldn't be an agreement. If it was just like, oh, yeah, we're just going to come and prop you guys up and just make you guys look good and we'll just take the short end of the stick. Yeah, that's fine. Then what's the point? And it was never that, and it certainly isn't that, and I've never perceived it as that. I think it has truly been a partnership that both parties have been able to see a lot of improvement and benefits on both sides. And I think we're just starting to see that.
Yeah, and you kind of mentioned it earlier about how the knockouts division, it's one of the strongest divisions in the world, women's or men, it's one of the strongest divisions in the world, and that's been synonymous with TNA since the knockouts division was a thing. And there's always a habit of there'll be a big star or two, and then they disappear, but somebody steps up from maybe from nowhere, where maybe it's replacing Gail Kim or Awesome Kong, and you'd have someone like Mickey James comes in, or Deonna Purrazzo comes in, and then Deonna leaves, and Jordan Grace steps up. Who right now, obviously, apart from your good self, Glam Gia Miller, but if you're going to look at like maybe somebody who's flying a little bit under the radar that in a year or two is going to be flying the flag as the knockout, who's your tips other than yourself, obviously?
Ooh. Hey, that's tough. That's tough because there are so many women in our division that have the potential to step up and become the figurehead of the knockouts division within the next couple of months, within a year. And like you said, things can change really quickly. I think somebody that we need to keep a very close eye on is Dani Luna. She has been on a completely different role. She's changed her mindset. She's changed her approach, and that's when things can get really dangerous. I mean, she's out for blood right now. She knows what she's capable of, and I think we need to watch and see this evolution of Dani Luna over the next coming months.
Yeah, now it's 5 years since you've been with TNA or Impact as it was then, which is, I know it's absolutely flown by. I believe you're like 6 years in terms of the wrestling business in general. That's gone so quickly, and things kind of get weird because obviously there's the pandemic in the middle of things, which kind of throws time off for everybody. But where, if you say you look ahead to maybe 12 months down the line, where do we see Gia Miller all being well?
Well, 12 months down the line, a year from now, I will still be under contract with TNA, and I'm happy for that. When I signed my last deal, when they told me 3 more years, and especially at a time where not a lot of people were getting 3-year offers. It was a lot of 1 and 2 years, sometimes even shorter term. When they offered me 3 years, it was no question. It was absolutely, I'll be here till the wheels fall off. This is my home. This place raised me. I say that all the time, and I can't see myself anywhere but TNA.
Yeah, and is there going to be more of a focus on the in-ring? Obviously, there's the Tessa issue is still lingering, but once that's done, are we looking at you now as a fully paid up, regular, full-time member of the Knockouts roster, or is it just the occasional match when called for? And
hey, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Right now, I'm going to put all of my focus into where I see it is most beneficial for me, and so I'll never lose sight of my microphone. I can't let that go. Last year I was ranked number 2 in the world of backstage interviewers. I can't let that slip. I got to get to number 1. But if I make my way into the ring every now and again, hey, that's all right by me.
Yeah, number one is on the table totally. But I'm looking at the time. I know we need to wrap things up. But a final question: what about you saying about getting to number one? What about getting to the UK? Any rumblings of TNA coming back to the UK? Obviously, there's a big audience over here for you guys and gals.
Oh, and I haven't heard any rumors, but that's always the talk in the locker room. It's like, when are we going to go back? When are we going to go back? When are we going to go back? So we're going to put that out into the universe because I would absolutely love to come to the UK. I would love to meet the TNA faithful that is UK based because there is such an incredible community. They're so supportive. They're so wonderful. So I would love for that to happen. We're gonna put that out into the universe.
Manifest it out into the universe. I like that.
Yes.
We'll be here for it. I believe it's getting on for, is it 2 years since the last tour? I don't know. Again, time. I've lost track of
In a
time. Totally.
minute.
Yeah.
In a minute.
Far too long. Right, get on to Carlos Silva about that. We will get this done. Once the TV door's done, Carlos, that's it. UK, come on back over here. Right, just to get things wrapped up again, you can keep up with Gia and all the whether it's backstage or in ring on the TNA Plus streaming service, available in the UK for £9.99 per month or £99.99 per month, well, per month annually, with events like TNA Turning Point on Friday, November 14th and TNA Final Resolution on Friday, December 5th. Finally, Gia, how can people keep up to date with yourself? The socials, plug yourself.
Yep, you can find me on all social media platforms at Mean Gia Miller. That's me. Go look it up and give me a follow.
Absolutely. It's been an absolute pleasure, Gia. Thank you so much for giving us so much time to come and have a bit of a natter with us here at What Culture Wrestling. This has been What Culture Wrestling. I've been Andrew Pollard. This has been Gia Miller. We will see you soon.